Whoa, Naruto 604 just got done reading it, and wow, just wow. One of the things I gotta say about this chapter definitely is that it felt like it flew by. Like I've really been looking forward to each of these chapters, and it felt like it flew by. It went by really, really quick, and that I'm really just like disappointed that it's like, oh man, why no more pages? Because I was just so freaking hyped reading it and knowing that Obito's entering the battlefield. All right, so it starts off with two colored pages. I really was happy about that because it seemed kind of cool. One of them is with Obito with the spiral looking guy's suit on, looked pretty cool. He attacks the wall, and then the other one was a really cool one. I really like the second one more than the first one. Is an adult Obito, and he has like Konoha looking at him like Asuma and a bunch of different people, and it's really interesting the way it was handled. It looked really nice, and I really enjoyed that. That's probably even going to be like my desktop or something because it just looked really cool. Now the chapter is basically focusing on Obito rushing towards Rin and Kakashi, that they're in danger, and automatically looking into this chapter, I see a lot of deception coming from Madara and the Zetsus. Like, first of all, Madara awakes right when Obito's trying to get out of there. Well, he probably woke up because of the sounds of the rocks smashing and whatnot, but still, and the way he said things is like he already knew. He had this all planned out. He was like, you will come back and apologize in a meaningful way next time. You'll see. And automatically, I'm looking at it like, he's up to something. Everything is just falling too coincidental, especially the way this chapter was handled. Is like you could tell that this is all a setup to get this little boy Obito to work for them. One of the interesting things that I saw in the chapter is when Obito is preparing to leave, you see all the tools that he eventually will use in the future. You see all the Madara stuff, the old man, his like gear for fighting and whatnot, the fan, all of that stuff is there, and that was pretty interesting to see. Kishimoto threw that in there. And while he's rushing to the battlefield, one of the big things that caught my eye, and I was suspicious about it immediately, was when Obito was talking to the Zetsus, because he got the spiral-looking guy around him, and then he got the other Zetsu, the white Zetsu, far away, like giving him intel, and he's questioning. He's like, why isn't Minato-sensei with them? The Yellow Flash, and then they're like, who? And then he asks again, and then they say, oh, he's probably on some other mission. Immediately, the fact that they didn't know what to say, anything like that, it's obvious that this is a setup. I'm calling it right now. This is all a setup, and it was just, it seemed so suspicious, and I feel bad. I'm looking at it like, this poor freaking kid. You got this old creepster Madara, and then you got these freaking gooey Zetsu pieces of crap are just tricking him. It is too obvious what happened in this chapter that it was a trick. Then basically the end is what happened to Rin, which I'm going to get to something in a minute, but Kakashi is standing there with his arm through Rin, and she's like, Kakashi, and then they meet eyes or something like that. And before that, Obito is like, his eye starts hurting, and he's like, what am I seeing? And then he sees the arm through Rin with blood coming out of his mouth, and he's like, I don't even know what I'm seeing. And it's seemingly as if he's looking through Kakashi's eye, but for me, I'm looking more into it, and I'm guessing that it's a combination of two things. First of all, I'm going to say that that's not Kakashi and Rin, I think. I think that's two Zetsus, and I think it's even a combination of Genjutsu as well, because when his eyes started hurting and stuff like that, it almost seemed as if it was too coincidental. Like his eyes started hurting immediately before that, and he saw a vision right through Kakashi's eyes. Me personally, I think that he's under Genjutsu, and those are two Zetsus. That's what I'm going to go. And also, if this isn't really what happened to Rin, and she died some other way, Obito is going to look like the biggest jackass in the entire series, because he's doing all of this, what he's done already anyway. Not what he's doing, is what he's done already. Attacked the village, had the nine tails ripped out of Kushina, all the things that he did. And if he did all this based on a lie, based on old Madara tricking him, and Rin wasn't killed that way, then he's going to look like an idiot. Now, there's always a possibility that is indeed what happened. Kakashi did stab through Rin. That's true. It could be a possibility that was the case, and there's more to it. Maybe Rin was being possessed. There's all sorts of things that could have happened. All we got was basically like something that's very, vague. An arm through her body and her saying Kakashi. Now, it could be Zetsu's. It could be like, Zetsu playing him with Genjutsu because that whole eye hurting thing just seemed, too coincidental. Or it could be that Kakashi had to kill Rin for a particular reason. Something was going on. Something happened there. She forced him. I'm leaning more towards those are two Zetsus and he's under Genjutsu right now to make everything correct. Because the way the Zetsus was like, who? Minato, what are you talking about? It just seemed too coincidental. That's what I'm gonna say. And after reading this chapter, the biggest complaint I got is like, I want more. Why did it feel like it just went by like this? It's like, he's getting geared up to get out of there. He's running through the forest, and then he sees them. It's like, come on, Kishi, 2-3 more pages, just a little. Come on. But either way, still had me on the edge of my seat. Like, what does this mean? What's going on? Because I got my theories, but then my theories could always not be true. I've had some theories come to pass, but it's always a possibility it could be something completely different. And if Kakashi killed Rin, he obviously isn't going to kill Rin for no reason, just for, he's not evil, obviously. Whatever he killed her, I'm sure he had a purpose, if that is indeed him, but I'm sticking with it. It's Zetsu with Genjutsu. But what do you guys think? Is that Zetsu's? Is there Genjutsu involved? Or is that really Kakashi and he did kill Rin? And when he touched his eye, when Obito was like, it hurts, and he saw that vision all of a sudden, was that him being put on the Genjutsu? Or was that just him seeing the actual vision? What do you guys think about this? This definitely was very vague at the end, and it just left me like, Kishimoto really knows how to make us wait and get us really anxious for the next one. That's really what I got out of this chapter. I'm like, another week. But again, let me know what you guys think. Overall thoughts of the chapter. Was it worth the wait and getting it kind of early? We got it a day early, so I'm glad about that too. And just your overall thoughts. Were you excited? And are you anticipating next week to see what's really happened with them? Me personally, I think Obito's being duped, and this is really, really sad because this event right here will play out the rest of his life up till now. Like, everything he's done is because of this, I'm sure, or one of the main reasons, whether it be that he's not even conscious anymore, he gave his mind up to Zetsu, whatever it may be. It's because of this moment right here that will lead onward. That's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait for next week to see what happens and to see if this is indeed true or if this is just a little boy being duped. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.